Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the one and only Christian Lee, the double champion in action at 173. Unbelievably stacked card. What does it mean to you to be competing in Tokyo again and on an amazing card like this?
I'm excited to be going back to Tokyo and to be fighting there again. The crowd is great, the fans are amazing there, and most importantly, I'm just excited to get back in there and finish what I started in this rematch.
Talk to me about the first encounter. How do you look back on it?
In our first fight, I see it as me winning the striking. I was also pressing for the takedown. I was able to get a quick takedown, but not much control there. And in the second round, leading up to the eye poke, there was a back and forth exchange. He landed a few shots, but I really feel like the momentum was starting to shift my way. And one more round, I feel like I could have gotten him out of there. And so going into this fight, I'll be looking to pick up right where I left off. There'll be no need for a feeling out process.
Eye pokes are a big topic in MMA right now. Where do you stand? Because I feel that maybe a warning isn't necessary and a point should be deducted right away. People have different opinions. What's your take?
Well, for me, it's it's hard because never know. It's a fight. There's open finger gloves. You need it to grapple, of course. But, you could I was just going over this in an interview. Of course, you can punch somebody in the eye. You can elbow somebody in the eye. It could easily damage their eye just as well. Of course, I don't agree with an eye poke. It's very different when the fingers enter the eye. But all I'm saying is it's a fight. You can't really control what happens in there. And I don't feel that there's too many guys who intentionally do poke their opponent in the eye because there's so many other things you need to think about. You're thinking about landing your strikes, you're thinking about your defense. I think it would be pretty apparent if somebody was in there trying to take the other guy's eyes out. And I think in certain situations, you got to look at it case by case, right? I've seen some fights where it's like, yeah, that was clearly a dirty move. Um, but for me, it's like in my fight, I had no idea. I didn't even feel his face at all. I thought that it was something with the leg kick that I just threw. It wasn't until they replayed it like a few times, I was like, okay, I guess my hand hit his eye over there. So, it's just when it comes down to it for me, it's hard to really say what should be done about it because two guys are in there fighting. You can't really control like the moment somebody's finger slips in. So
You would leave things as they are regarding eye pokes in MMA.
I think I would leave things as they are. Of course it's hard because you don't want to let people get away with it if that's something that's actually a part of their strategy. But for me, nothing would stop me from continuing to fight, even if I had one eye, because I just take the approach of it's a fight. Like I'm in here. I don't rely on any help in there. I'm just trying to take this guy out. But it's not judging anybody because there's a lot of different athletes out there. There's a lot of different competitors who do very well in the sport. It just this is the way I feel about it. So if I had it my way, of course nobody would get poked again. But it's a fight, and unfortunately it seems like it won't be possible to ever get rid of
You competed under the OG rule set, right? With soccer kicks in the old
soccer
days.
kicks. Yeah.
How cool was that? And how liberating is it, the knees to a grounded opponent? I feel like for someone with your skill set, the more the merrier.
Yeah, absolutely. The more the merrier. And when you take these fighters that are specifically like looking at the fight and just however they can knock their opponent out, however they can submit them the fastest, you see guys pull out these, it looks like they're not even thinking about it. They're just throwing the knee right in that wrestling range where guys would normally be safe. And I think it's those split second changes in a fight when there's those knees on the ground allowed that really can be a big variable. So I'm happy that we got the knees on the ground. Yeah, I was there since they had soccer kicks on the ground and I was able to throw them as well. So it's just man, like this is a brutal sport. We're in here, we're trying to take each other's heads off, we're trying to knock each other out and submit them. So you could put add an extra rule set. People are gonna use that rule set. You could take it out. It'll stop that from happening, but there's still gonna be the next worst thing that's gonna happen to a guy in there. So it's it's hard to really say with these fights.
Of course, you don't know till you get in there, but what are you feeling? What's feeling particularly sharp for you? Are you feeling a submission? Are you feeling, the explosive early knockouts that we've seen from you in the past?
Um, I think I'm gonna take him down and submit him first round. I think that there's a lot of different ways this fight could go, but if I was to call it, nice fun way would be to just take him down and submit him, get my paycheck.
Do you ever have to take a moment because you've been a champ for so long, you've been a double champion for so long? And I remember speaking to you at 17 and I asked you who your favorite fighter was. And I think you said Fedor Emelianenko because you used to watch Pride with your dad, which I thought was pretty cool. Not many 17-year-olds were watching Fedor and have him as their favorite fighter. So to be a double champion defending the title in Japan, what does that mean to you?
I'm excited, to be the double champ and then defending my belt, my lightweight belt in Japan. It's exciting, it feels like a big event and a very historic one, and I'm happy to be a part of it. And I'm just excited to be back in there.
Your family's become synonymous with winning in MMA. You don't lose very often. There's not many, so it kind of stands out when it happens. How difficult was it to see Adrian suffer his first loss in what was a super tough fight, really high level scrambles? But it was a tough one, right?
Yeah, it was a tough fight, and it's unfortunate, but it's how it goes. This is a fight game, and thankfully Adrian was able to handle it very well. He was able to learn from it, and I feel like it's these lessons that really propel you to make changes in your game and just force you to become a better fighter overall. So I told him, right after it happened, like you'll learn from it. You'll learn from it so much and just be better because of it. And I think that he's already done that. So extremely proud of him. And as for the fight itself, I feel like it could have gone very differently if Adrian had gotten his way early on, but it just so happened that Ty got his way early on. He got that quick takedown in the first round, and that unfolded to him having that momentum, going into the second round as well. So this is the fight game, and I think that if they meet again in the future, I think that Adrian will be able to take the lessons he's learned from it and make it a very different fight.
What do you want to see next from him?
For Adrian, I want to just see him get back in there, get another win, and really just take his time, getting the fights, getting his experience, and it's only a matter of time before he's able to fight for the title himself. So I just want him to stay patient and continue taking the right fights at the right time.
Was there a moment for you? I mean, the cliche is that you learn more from your losses than your wins, but was there a moment for you that was the making of you that helped you go to kind of Christian 2.0 that helped you on your journey to winning two world titles? I mean, was it the Martin Nguyen loss? Was there any moment in your career where the loss kind of propelled you?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like my two losses that really stick the most. The first one came my sixth fight. I was 5-0, just thinking of nothing but offense. And that was the first time I got a loss and I got finished. And that really changed in the sense of it made me a better fighter in every way. I focused on my offense, I focused on my defense. It helped me just level up my game overall. And the second time around, I lost a split decision to the same guy, and it just burned me. It made me so upset, and that again propelled me to becoming a better fighter. And after that, each of them, unfortunately, I had a split decision loss. I got DQ'd, and each of those are frustrating. And I still was able to take away lessons from it and become a better fighter. So, um, man, losses, in a way, it's what helps you get to the next level of your career. It's just how well you deal with it and how well you come back from it. So, um, yeah, I'm grateful for it.
How important was the dad chapter for you? Big family now. Has that made you a stronger, more mature fighter, do you think?
Yeah, I think that becoming a dad has made me a stronger and better fighter overall. It's, there's nothing as hard as being a parent, being a good one. And you know, it's for me, it's so rewarding just being able to, go out there and do what I love and fight, and then also be able to, take care and provide for my family. So it's it's been good. It's been very good.
So having two belts, it's a responsibility. It'll keep you busy. Roberto Soldic stands out, right? If I'm not wrong, or who should it be at welterweight?
Absolutely, Roberto Soldic stands out because he's a big name. He was a KSW two division champion, coming over from one. But the thing is, his first fight unfortunately ended in that no contest with the groin shot, and then he faces the loss to Sebastian Katastam, and then he has a great win over Daggy, former opponent of mine. But that leaves him a 1-1-1 in one, right? So, you know, I would love to fight him. I'd love to fight all of these guys, and I plan on staying busy next year. So we'll see. We'll see who's next.
If you're in charge, who's fun for you? What names do you fancy? Is it welterweight next, then lightweight again? What would your wish be?
Well, for me right now, I've just been so focused on this rematch and on getting this one done. And I have two fights planned for next year. I want to defend the lightweight belt and the welterweight belt. So we'll see. Whoever, I'll be paying a close attention to the lightweight and welterweight fights, and I'm interested to see who's going to come up as the clear contender for both divisions.
Is there anything on your to-do list that might surprise us? Boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, more submission grappling?
No, for me, um, I'm just MMA all the way. I've strongly believed like that MMA is the best form of martial arts. I feel like that's the reason it was created. Um, so I'm gonna stay with MMA.
Any special walkout plans given that it's Japan and we talked about Fedor earlier. There's so much history about that place in MMA.
No, for me, just business as usual. I plan on going out there, walking straight forward, getting my hand raised. That's it.
Awesome. Well, we've seen you do it many times before. Always a pleasure to see you, and I'll catch you in Tokyo, man. Thanks a lot.